Welcome to another Rolled in Reacts episode. And this customer had their friend install brake rotors and pads for them, but apparently got the wrong rotor size, and this is what the mechanic found. And this customer had painted his own wheels all by himself. And this customer came in complaining about poor handling when driving over 40 miles an hour. The owner of this car had an oil leak fixed at another shop, but the car was apparently still leaking oil. The owner of this car came in because he had just replaced his engine but already had an oil leak. Apparently, the person who installed the engine had not installed a new oil filter but just kept the old one. And this customer apparently had tried changing their own headlight fluid. This car came in looking like this after the customer's friend had towed it behind them while still in second gear. And this car came in to get some new brakes installed, but the mechanics found that it needed a little bit more work than just brakes. Customer states, the brakes feel mushy and don't always work that well. And this customer came in complaining about sudden loss of power in their car. The mechanic found the issue to be coolant spraying out of a cylinder head bolt. This customer had borrowed their car to their 20-something-year-old son for the weekend while they were out of town. Customer states, car keeps clunking when going over bumps. The customer ended up declining all repairs. And this customer had done a little bit of swimming with their car. What it's supposed to look like, what it actually looks like. Customer states, car is pulling to the right. And this customer came in with a few flat tires after having had a fight with her ex-husband a few nights before. And this customer complained about squeaky brakes. And this truck came in for a tire swap, but when the mechanic opened the rear door, he discovered something a bit weird. Turns out that the owner keeps bunnies as a hobby. This customer came in with their F-150 saying he had steering issues. The mechanic found the electric rack and pinion to be filled with water. Customer states, something's wrong with my clutch, please advise. And this truck came in with a bit of a wobbling issue. The owner of this Mazda 6 came in because they had no oil pressure after having some work done at another shop. The mechanic found a broken chain for the oil pump and a really worn out camshaft. This car came in after the owner had tried replacing the brake pads by themselves. And this customer's Honda CR-V apparently threw a rod out the engine block. Choo choo! All aboard! And this customer came in saying, I think I have an electrical problem. And this car came equipped with a not so common 3-wheel drive option. This customer came in saying that they hit a curb faster than usual and now they need a checkup. And the owner of this car came in because they complained about really poor acceleration.
Holy.
The owner of this Chevy Silverado came in because they kept hearing clunking noises when driving. And this customer came in with their Mercedes because it sounds like an outboard motor. And this engine is from a Ford Focus that overheated after the thermostat housing broke. This customer came in complaining about poor braking power. Customer states, knocking sounds from engine. The Suzuki Grand Vitara came in because the customer said that they had a strange knocking noise from below the car. The mechanic found 2 rusted rear control arms to be the issue. And this customer came in saying that their car had started running rough lately. I wonder why. And this car got a little excited after just having had an oil change. And this car came in because of a blown tire. Apparently, the mechanic also found the rest of the tires to have about 100 psi in them. And this customer brought their car in with some extra caramel drizzle. And this customer came in because the owner had tried replacing the electric parking brake by themselves, but it stopped working and now makes a weird sound. And apparently, this manual transmission was born as an automatic, but can't help but feel like a manual. This is what happens when a car has been sitting outside for 6 months with no hood and valve cover, with only an old towel covering the intake. Luckily though for this car, after getting some new cams, lifters and rockers, it somehow ran okay again.
Approximately 10 hours later.
This 2010 Saab 9.3 came in with a broken cam bolt after the owner had done an alignment at a different shop. The mechanic also found a few more treats as he had the car on the lift. And this Honda Civic came in after the owner had tried to install a lowering kit by themselves, but had apparently forgot to put the strut nuts back. This customer had their friend do some work on their car, but now complains about squeaky noises when driving over speed bumps. And this Infiniti QX80 came in after the owner had hit some debris while driving on the highway. This Dodge Journey came in because the owner complained about loose steering. Turns out the sway bar link was completely disconnected on one side and had a lot of play on the other. Thankfully, the customer decided to have it fixed. This Volkswagen Tiguan came in for a knock-in engine. The mechanic drained the engine of oil and it looks like water because it's 0W20 oil. But what's unfortunate for this customer is that there's also quite a bit of metal flakes floating around in it. Nah, I don't think it needs new bushings. And this car came in with a bit of a leak. And this customer came in because their handbrake was completely bust. The mechanic discovered that the customer had accidentally been applying the handbrake while driving, whenever they'd be shifting into 2nd or 4th gear. And this truck came in because it randomly turns itself off and the check engine light is on. Turns out the cylinder 8 had a broken valve stem that caused the issue. Thankfully, the customer's insurance company covered the cost of a new engine. And this customer complained about rear clunking noises. This truck came in for a quick oil change when the mechanic discovered that the customer had installed their own underglow kit all by themselves. And this customer complained about their engine rattling more after a recent oil change. And this customer complained about their car wobbling too much. This tractor got flooded during hurricane season and had been entirely submerged in the water for about 2 weeks before coming into the shop to get it sorted out. And this Infiniti QX60 came in with some starting issues after getting a new battery installed at a different shop. This car had a bit of a wobbling issue. The owner of this Mazda had changed his own spark plugs, but forgot to install one of them, and his car ended up sounding like this. This car had a bit of a leak in its brand new master cylinder. And this customer came in complaining about the horn being in the wrong place. Got a few more miles on it, no problem. Customer states, car smells like it's burning a lot of oil. Turns out that it was because the car had an oil leak straight onto the exhaust. This customer had installed keyless entry by themselves in a pretty creative but maybe not so discreet way. And this car came in because of a knocking sound. This 2004 Chevy Silverado came in because it kept overheating and leaking coolant after the customer had installed a new aftermarket electric engine fan that they had bought on eBay. And this truck came in because a potential buyer wanted to see how she looked underneath. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and until next time.